Phone on vibrate. Vibrate.
What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? This is welcome to the Setbreaker podcast, and we have my good friend Aj Santos. I almost said Rafael. I was like, wait, what's the fucking last name? Aj Santos.
Bro.
Yeah,
Different Spanish.
different Spanish. Spanito.
Spanish, bro.
We were talking about this off camera, but how these times of not being able to stand up and do the work that we normally would do, it's been forcing a lot of introspection, right? To be more in touch with our emotions.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that, hey, if like we were talking about this earlier, if you work hard and you've consistently been working hard, and you know you're kind of safe in this situation and it's not anything like dire for you, I think you should just honestly take that time and relax and reflect. Because that was the thing that we were talking about. You know, people move so fast nowadays that you know, I was telling you, I think the world is telling us we need to slow the fuck down for a second.
Dude, 100%. And lately, I have this planner, this journal thing, where every day there's a section for 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things you're excited for, and then blah, blah, blah. And then in the grateful part, I put coronavirus. Because at first I wasn't grateful for it because it forced me to face all these emotions that I didn't know were still there about everything. And it was fucking me up. And then after 3 days, it started to regulate and even out. And then I started to feel good and grateful. And it was like a healing. It was kind of like my own super mild, no hallucinogenic ayahuasca.
Dude, straight up.
But over multiple days.
This feels like we've just this is like canceled culture at its finest because the whole culture got canceled.
Hey, that's a good. You better use it in your fucking stand-up.
Like,
Put that somewhere.
like fuck, bro. Like for real, man. And here's the thing: is like here's what's really fucking me up is the people that haven't been doing anything and were thinking about making the leap, and then the coronavirus happened. They're like, oh, for sure, I'm not following my dreams because the world, like, I concocted a fucking virus thinking about my own like dreams. I don't know, man. Because you know, before this, I was like, I was going to school, then I took the semester off, so it was like, all right. And then for a while, I was really. Like I was in a limbo spot. I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And then when comedy came, it was like, this shit's hard. And then I was like, maybe I'll leave for a little bit. And then I realized, like, hey, if I become pretty consistent, I could get pretty good. And now I'm like, I miss it. Like this right here feels good. Having a
Microphone.
dude, just something big and black in front of me, bro.
Phallic. The horde.
That's it, man.
Hey, I offered. I was like, you can either hold it in your hand or you can just,
I couldn't. That would be
But you
too
said you're
much.
lazy. You're lazy.
I am.
You're one of those. You don't do anything.
I am.
You don't do the work.
No, I do the work, but I find the easiest way to do it.
Oh, the most efficient way. You look for
Exactly.
the shortcut.
No. It's not necessarily a shortcut, but just an easier way. Because there's 99 ways to skin a cat.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
There's more efficient ways.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. I want to revisit what we were talking about before we started recording. So I don't really know anybody. I know there's other guys like you out there, but I don't know anybody personally that is so. Say what you tell me what you told your sister. Like, what did you?
So my thing is like this area of sexuality is like so taboo, right? And regardless of what you say or what you think, if you have a little sister, her shit's gonna get beat. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
So what you got to do is you got to inform them and be safe, because, like, so I told my sister, I was like, just have some condoms, and be good, be mindful, and just enjoy yourself. Like, it's okay. And the thing about it is because I when I was in the military, I had a gunny who would talk about his daughters, right? And he would be like, I know that bitch is sucking dick. And he would say that shit about his daughters, and be like, I can't do anything about it. that's their mouth. That's not mine. I wouldn't suck a dick. Like, right? And then he'd be like, but I could teach her how to be safe.
Oh, I could teach her how to suck a dick.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, like, and then that kind of opened my mind because it's like when people are looked down upon for like just being like sexually active or what we call it, like being like, bro, it's like you can't fight that. You know what I mean? That's human nature when you find somebody attractive or if all goes well and you're connecting and then you guys connect your insidey parts, then it's what happens.
Double connection is double.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I don't mind it. And the thing is, you just be real. Because what are you gonna do? Like you expect, like my so and so is so perfect. It's like, nah, bro. It's like teach them the right way. Tell them to be safe. Tell them the reality of it. And it's like, but enjoy yourself. Like, you know, well, I ain't got no issues with that.
You make a good dad.
You know what? I would hope so. I would honestly, I would hope so. Because I wouldn't, I don't know. I guess I'm not there yet, but when I am, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like
you want kids for sure, I could tell.
Yes and no.
See it in your eyes.
Yes and no.
But you're being realistic about it and logical. That's why you don't have kids yet, but you do want kids.
I would love kids, but nobody's ever prepared for it. Yeah. But I would at least want to be a little bit more stable. That's what everybody says too. Like I want to be a little bit more stable. But this is the truth. I do. And the thing is before I can take care of a kid, I want to take care of my girl. You know what I mean? Because she comes first before anything else. And it's like, all right, like as long as I can do that, then we'll be straight.
Yeah. She's Mexican, right?
No, she's half Filipino, half Spanish. Okay. And like white and like a little bit of white, like a quarter white too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You've been together, what, like 8 years?
8 years.
That's crazy, man.
That's long. It's almost, in 2 years, that's almost a decade.
But that's good, though, because, I mean, hey, real quick, can you turn off that light? We don't need that light. Just flip it, turn it, twist it, bop it. Bop it! Twist it! Yeah, this is another thing that I realized even more over the past few months is I told myself I wasn't a relationship guy, but I'm like, dude, I fucking like relationships, man.
They're dope.
Like, I'm like, I don't even really miss my ex so much. I'm just like, I just miss the relationship aspect. You know, it's so fucking nice. Like,
it's easy.
Like work, like when you do work through something, and then
you have somebody to confide in, yeah,
right. And then you got somebody to like give you a back massage and shit, and then you
nah, because I'm always giving the back massages.
You're the giver.
No, she's the taker. You know what I mean? She takes what she wants.
She just takes. You don't even give. She's like, give me that shit.
Give me that. She's the taker. She's like, I'm gonna take your hands and put it on my back, and you're gonna massage me. And I'm like, my fingers are cramping.
Yeah, it hurts so bad.
I can't. Yeah.
It's goddamn fucking. You know.
Hey, props to them. Props to you.
Props to the gardeners outside.
To the gardeners and the landscapers working in this time now.
For sure. Glad you're working.
Glad you're working.
But right now, since we're shooting a podcast, they're probably not going to be able to really hear it because these microphones are pretty good on that.
Okay.
But
they sound like this.
You sound like an unenthusiastic sheep.
Yeah. Listen to the lawnmower. He doesn't want to be out here. The lawnmower needs a break too.
Yeah, well, no, I think he wants to work because that's why they do that shit. They work hard. But like fucking when this whole quarantine corona stuff was happening and then it felt like everybody was afraid of each other and not going out and stuff, I'd wake up in the morning and I hear the fucking gardeners just and I'm like, nah, we still good.
Yeah,
we still good. What's up, man? I feel like they're like this analogy is gonna sound really horrible, but they're like cockroaches because even if there's a nuclear bomb falling, they're still gonna garden. They're like,
dude,
you know what I mean? Like everybody's gonna be dead. Everybody's like gonna be afraid to go out and get the radiation. But off in the distance, you know, you're trying to find water because it's post-apocalyptic, and you know you're trying to find like food and stuff. And then off in the distance, and there's nobody. You hear, you're like, what the fuck?
And those are the people who go to heaven first.
Yeah,
like St. Peter calls them, and they're like chilling in God's waiting room.
Oh, you're Catholic, right?
You know, I grew up Catholic, but I just believe in God. That's okay. Does that, you know what I mean?
So you believe that?
I believe in God And only because I just know like Jesus, like people who have the church, Jesus is my homie. That's how I pray. Like Jesus is my homie. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And I'm like, all right,
like he's your bro and shit.
yeah. I confide my issues into him, and he's like, let me throw some bullshit in your way, and I'm like, you're a jerk, bro. But he works sometimes. Most of the time, he's watching. He's a weirdo.
Yeah,
it's like voyeur. You know what I mean?
Voyeuristic. That used to be my favorite type of porn. Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I'm in this weird state right now of where normally I'm like way more energetic when I do this.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to like keep to me in these times.
Dude, it sucks to be an extrovert right now.
I'm super extroverted. So it's weird.
I've been itching to go out, and I'm just like, someone have a conversation with me.
Where somebody give me attention.
Yeah.
I can't even go to, like, sometimes when I get lonely, I'll go to a karaoke bar and start singing, and they're like, wow, you're good. You're a good singer. And I'm like, that's the validation I needed.
That's it.
I can go home.
I'll go panhandle outside.
Just to talk to somebody.
No, I'm like, just need a hug. Just a sign. Or just wave.
See, that's exactly why I was thinking about my ex so much, because, like, this is... The coronavirus quarantine is the true cuddle weather.
Oh, dude, dog. This is so. I'm thinking about this. You know how we had baby boomers?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm gonna call this: coronavirus meets millennials. The coronials are the new baby boomers.
The coronials.
The coronials.
I like that. Coronials.
And this is the time where
it sounds like a really like white guy making fun of a Chinese guy saying colonial.
Coronials, dog.
It's like, damn, that motherfucker doesn't know how to say colonial. Shit.
Then
He's got perfect English, but he can't say colonial.
Well, at least you know that he'll have that pop culture reference.
Yeah.
Coronials, dog.
Coronials.
That's where it's at, man. Yeah, dude. But the thing is like the fear doesn't put people in the mood. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, girl, you want to have sex with me tonight? My chick's like, coronavirus is out. I'm like, I just want to nut, bro. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's also because you guys have been together for 8 years.
Nah, man, I keep it spicy. I've lost a ton of weight. I'm looking good. My face is like shaved.
Hey,
she's like,
but honestly, yeah, you don't look like you've been in a relationship for 8 years, because you do keep up with everything. You keep trimmed. You don't let your facial hair get all.
You know what the other thing too is like when I got fat, I saw myself at my worst, and I was like,
fat in the relationship.
Yeah.
At what point?
Like probably right after when I got out the military was probably the worst.
What years was that in?
2015, 16-ish.
Like, what is that, the 5-year mark?
Four or five? Yeah.
Okay,
about
gotcha.
4 or 5.
Cool. Continue. No more questions.
So I got out. I got pretty chubby, and I seen a picture of myself on Instagram that my homie had posted me, and then I realized, like, I look like a chubby lesbian. Nothing wrong with lesbians.
You kind of do.
But I look like a chubby lesbian with a mustache. So it looks like I was transitioning as well.
Yeah.
And I was really insecure about the picture. And all my friends, they would tell me, they were like, oh, you look good, bro. Like you look good. Your arms are big. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But what they didn't mention was that my belly was big too. And it was like at the time where if I walked down the hallway, I'd be huffing and puffing.
Just walking?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. And then I realized, like, my girl, she put on a little bit of weight too, but she looks good, like, either way. But I was like, hey, like, you feel insecure about yourself, I feel insecure about myself, like, let's change it. And then that's where, like, this happened. And then I realized, like, fuck, I want people to, like, I want to be clean. You know what I mean? I want to, like I want to care about my appearance, because it's so easy to just, like, not take care of yourself and be just somewhat presentable, you know? Not a knock on anybody who doesn't or who can't, but it's just like, that's my new preference right now. Who knows? I might be going back to being a lazy bum. So,
yeah. But I mean, no, but you're right about that, because even in these moments where you don't really have to go out or exercise because there's no gym, so it's like, oh, I can't do it. It's like, you can, but people use that as an excuse. And even if you don't, just showering in that morning, that makes a huge difference. Right.
Or the night before you get into your bed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can find it pretty easy to not shower for like 2 or 3 days because.
Yeah, me too, man. I wear the same disgusting boxers,
And I don't
I'll
want to
sniff
do
it.
laundry either. So sometimes this is like the first time since I've been in Afghanistan where I'll flip my chonies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I didn't really ball sweat anywhere. Most of it was just nap juice, watching Netflix, and
Nap juice.
you know what I mean? Like that uncomfortable warmth that you wake up from in a nap where you're just kind of just drooling.
Oh,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
did I
yeah.
piss myself? But it's really just your thighs that are sweating, and you're like, oh, I'm just gross.
I have chicken legs,
Oh, you do?
so I don't know what
No, I got that. I got that thick boy legs.
got that. Yeah, dude, you got some fucking you thick man. You
I'm
double
like-
C. Thick.
I'm triple C, dog.
Damn, you triple C. You're fucking thick, man.
You come around this bakery, you got to bring some candles for this cake. You feel?
Cause we about to pray to Candyman or what the fuck? Candyman, dude. Did you see the previews for the Candyman remake?
I hope.
That movie. Have you seen the original? That shit is horrifying.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't. This can sound fuck. This can sound so racist, but I didn't like black people for a while because of that movie.
Okay, let's. I was gonna say something, but I want you to give context.
I remember being scared. Like that was the first time I had been scared. Like I grew up around a bunch.
Oh, cause you said because we were kids when it came
kids.
out. Yeah, that's right.
We were kids, and I was like, oh, fuck. And then I realized, like, there was Freddy who was white and shit, and then like Mike Myers and them, and I was like, oh. But Candyman was like dope. He had the hook, and then the bees. Oh, I got stung by a bee yesterday.
Oh, did you really?
Yo, that shit hurt. Yeah, look, that's like legit.
Damn, right in the center.
Yeah.
You got crucified by fucking beads right in the right by your palm, right in the center mass.
Yeah.
Your wrist, at least.
Yeah, that shit sucked, bro.
Damn. You know, I can understand that though, but here's the thing about Freddy. He may be white, the actor's white, but he looks fucked up. So he's not like white.
That's true.
And same with Jason. He's got
That's
a mask.
true. Yeah, and he's
So
like,
maybe
isn't
they
he
made
deformed?
Candyman on purpose to be like, hey, fear black people.
Yeah, but then after that, you know, you change it to BT, and then you're grooving to TLC and shit again, and it's like, I'm not scared no more, you know. So, but I remember being scared of bees in that raincoat. You remember that, like that jacket he would wear?
Yeah, it's like the overcoat type.
Yeah, shit scared me.
The fucking hook.
Mm-hmm. The hook. Yeah, that shit was terrifying. What's a scary movie that fucked you up?
That's a very good question. I'm trying to remember when I was a kid.
Yeah, or like your most recent one, the last movie that
Fuck. What fucked me up? I can't remember. There was a time not too long ago where I was just binging like horror films on Netflix. So I can't really tell you which one fucked me up because they all fucked me up.
Yeah,
It got to the point where I just be chilling in my house.
Yeah.
And I just like looked behind my shoulder, like, what the fuck was that? So that's how I knew it was fucking me up. But Exorcist fucked me up when I was a kid.
Dude.
Like I do the thing where I cover my face and I keep like my fingers open slightly and like squint my eyes so it looks blurry to try not to get so scared. But now I tend to avoid horror films because it makes me feel like the world is a dark place. It makes me super paranoid.
No, I love shit like that.
Yeah, I still watch them from time to time when like a good one comes out, but I for the most part I try not to watch as much as I did before.
You know, we just watched The Invisible Man.
Dog, I fucked up because I had the AMC movie pass thing, and I fucking reserved it for Dolby. But I forgot, and then it was like 20 minutes already in, so I didn't go. And now the coronavirus thing, and I can't watch it, and it's not Dolby anymore because it got amazing ratings.
You fucked up, bro.
I fucked up.
You fucked up.
I know.
We watched it on bootleg, and even though it looked a little bit like Minecraft,
Fucking Minecraft Invisible Man.
yeah, it was still terrifying. You gotta watch it. I'm not gonna say shit. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all.
Because I mean, that's a remake too. They're remaking everything, but that one did look great.
Do you remember the first Invisible Man?
I don't remember exactly, but I did watch it.
See, I did too. The only thing I got from that was that if you're invisible, you could look at girls' tits. Because that one chick with her titties out, I remember I paused it there. constantly, and I was like, I'm the invisible man. She doesn't know I'm here. You know what I mean?
Is that what you would say while you're jacking off?
Yeah, sometimes. That was weird.
Because I would do that a lot. I would get movies and I'd pause it on scenes where you see like one titty and I'd just be like, oh.
Dude, I had a fascination for booties. In Fast and the Furious 2, when they're walking right before the race, before Paul Walker gets into Skyline, and you see that dope Skyline, and there's like a butt cheek.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's all you need.
I remember that. Dude, I was in Seattle. Or I was in Washington State when I bought that movie from like a PX because my uncle was in the Navy, so we went to go visit him. And I specifically got that movie for that 3-second scene. And like the Cars too, but like the butt cheeks.
The Cars, like...
That closed the deal.
For Cars, but... You know, actually, I used to watch a lot of hentai, and then I bought this DVD, because I remember I rented it a while ago, and I got this DVD because there was a scene where like... this finger, and this is before I knew all the hentai stuff was on the internet like that.
Yeah.
And then I got a DVD where this guy's like finger gets chopped off, and this woman's in a sacrificial circle, and she's like naked, and the finger crawls up her pussy, and like impregnates her with like a demon child. But she's like orgasming doing it, and I just go like,
Yo, the things, the terrors that are in men's mind are. Like it's almost, you can't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like guys are so fucking gross, bro.
Dude, I think it's just humans, man. No, females are like that too, but they just don't talk about it as much. They've got some fucked up shit,
but
man.
you see it in dudes' eyes sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like go find like a group of riled up dudes and walk a pretty girl across them. And even in this time of culture, even though they can't say anything, they speak with their eyes. They're like,
dog, they do, man. Like, I know what it feels like because even when I bring my ex around because she was very physically attractive, I bring her around some of these dudes that, I didn't know very well, but, it's friends of friends. And I'm talking to them and I see them look at catch a quick glimpse at her ass and look back at me. I'm like, I'm looking at you. I'm like, don't do that. Like, that's, you fucking weirdo. And here's the thing. That's another thing I was obsessing about. Like the first 3 days of this quarantine shit when I was getting really negative. I remember those few guys that did, and I cut out one of my friends, female friends who took the exercise, and it's a whole long story. We don't need to get into it.
Yeah.
And then she, and I imagine her, because they know each other, the guy too that did that, and cooking them up together, and then I imagine them fucking. Like, it shouldn't matter to me because we're not together, but it's this it's like
it's still fresh though. Right?
It's still fresh.
It's fresh.
The fact that I talk about it in every podcast, so every time I bring it up for a little bit in a podcast, I try to change it or bring something new. I'm like, we already talked about this thing about it, so let me bring up this thing.
Oh, so this is your therapy. You're getting all you get.
Kind of.
And just like...
But it also just sounds like obsessive, and it sounds like I can't get over it. But also, yes, it is fresh.
No, you're
but also,
passionate about... You're passionate about refining yourself.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Thank you. That's all it is. Yeah. But anyways, thanks for listening to me about that. But if I was an invisible man, and I was an invisible man when I was a virgin, I would stay a virgin because I'd just be like peeping and just
yeah, but I long for touches. You know what I mean?
I long for it too, but then I was too afraid to even talk to girls.
Oh,
so
dude.
I would have probably just jacked off and then felt guilty about it.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, well, they don't know. It's just me and God right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been cool with rejection, so I would always shoot my shot. You know what I mean?
But see, you're just like an easygoing dude. I feel like you're always pretty chill.
I would be like the runner for the homies. Like
you bring them in?
Yeah, they would be like, "Hey, she's cute. Can you talk to her?" And I would say some stupid shit like, "Hey, you see those group of guys over there? They sent me to make advances to you." Not like the decision.
Advances to you. Yeah. So adult of you.
I'm like, they wanna your hoo-ha, you feel me? And then like whoever laughed, normally I would gear towards that. I don't know. It's like if you make somebody laugh in your first interaction with them, it's normally a pretty good sign.
That's true. Humor goes
a very long,
so fucking
A very long way.
Like I didn't even realize how much it did, because I used to be like, oh, I'm Asian, or I'm not that good looking, or I'm too skinny. I used to think that, and then you get older and you're like, no, humor is a thing that a lot of guys lack, and charm too, which I think comes in with the personality of being you, right?
I also think my mom used to tell me that my grandpa, who had passed away, was a very charming person. So I think it could be like in the bloodline too. Because my mom was saying that my actual dad, I think, was a pretty charming guy back in the day. So it's like, oh, well,
you are charming.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you. You're dope. You're sweet.
Dude, thanks, man. I need this. I need that.
I think
when I get back in the game.
Your confidence game is through the roof.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's pretty fun to watch.
Oh, you mean when I'm on stage?
Like just in general, when you're like talking to people, because you're just a floater too, like me. So you can just bounce. You can bob and weave in and out conversations. You can dip in mid conversation if you want to and not make the person feel bad. Like I think that's a gift to leave someone hanging.
But you've seen me dip, you know?
No, I'm pretty sure you're capable.
No, I am. I know. I'm very thoughtful about that.
Yeah, me too. I wait for the lowest point of the conversation, and I'll just be like, "My dog's dead," and then I'll
my dog's dead. You know what I've been working on now? Is sometimes waiting for the lowest part. It'll keep me there for like another 30 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because I'll be like, well, they invested so much, and then I bring it back up, and I'm like, fuck. So now I've gotten good at being like, even when it's kind of at a high point, I'll just be honest, but add a little bit of humor to, or like extra physical movement, you know, because so I'll be like, they'll talk about something, and I'll be oh, I'm so sorry, but I forgot I have to do this. I have to do this thing at home. I got to edit this video, and I'm not lying. But I say it that way with extra like, oh, but I got it. Damn it. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. And you just like walk off. Right? So you end it all like,
yo, you're way better than I am, because I'll be like, if it's just like a part of the conversation, I'll be like, oh, I gotta go. And I'll just like dip out.
Yeah. See, you're less of a people pleaser than I am, because it's better to do that. But I mean, you know, because we're cool like that, so I'll be, you know, I won't feel like I have to do that. But if I don't really like know them like that,
yeah, the engaging part of trying to keep someone's interest is interesting to me too. Yeah, like we all do it, but it's like fuck, like it's a lot of labor for like you know what I mean? Trying to get to know people.
Yeah. Since you've become, this is a 2-part question, but since you've actually no, you know, let's just go into the stand-up world. Has it been easy for you to make friends? And then the second part of that question is, how about close friends?
To make friends when I first came in was super tough. And I get it. I get why like that community is closed off, because they see people come and go.
High turnover rate. And it's not often where you get to see the same people over and over again. And then for like, I felt like about a year, I felt like, oh man, this is the first time I haven't thrived in a place where I felt like I wasn't making any friends. And then eventually I realized like I was just all in my head, and I was like scaring myself, and I wasn't being who I am. You know what I mean? And then I was like, yo, fucking relax, be you, do your thing, let everything happen, start saying what's up to people. You've like locked yourself in a corner. And I was also intimidated by a lot of people. You know what I mean? Just like either their joke writing craft or like some people's confidence on stage. And I was like, fuck, like these guys have been at it. But once I started getting consistent, then I started giving a little bit more of myself to like the guys in Orange County. You know what I mean? Like the comedy scene. And then now it's so much better, because there are a group of dudes that I could call like you, and I have a couple other buddies too that I even FaceTime a lot. Like I'll FaceTime while I'm shitting or something like that. You know what I mean? That's how you know you're cool.
Yeah, like you're cool peoples if I FaceTime you, or like if I text you, or if I try to kick it. But it's like, and then I get it. You know, people have their own homies, and sometimes they don't want to make new ones. And I'm not like expecting to be one, like a close homie, but I just I want to see everybody there succeed. And as corny as that shit sounds, it's like I don't have room to hate on anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not in my MO to be, but I do get envious of like sometimes the hard work people put into it, but I don't want to get it confused for like hate or like disrespect. I think it's like dope when somebody has a premise that they're talking about and then you watch them develop and you're like, fuck, that was so smart or creative. Like that shit's tight. And that's where I'm trying to, you know what I mean? That's where I want to like evolve some of my stuff.
So I want to go more deeper into the envious of the hard work. What do you mean by that?
Like say that you've been watching somebody do the same joke for a few months and it's rough around the edges. And then once they figure it out and it clicks, it's almost
and you've watched it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you also think it's funny.
Yeah, and I think it's great, but I'm like, oh fuck. I like think to myself like, how the fuck did they do that? That's so dope, you know? Not in like the I need to figure out and you know, like that weird shit. It's just like that's fucking cool. Like I think that's cooler when you see people figure this shit out is like that shit's dope.
That's true, man. Like I mean, stand up is all about persistence and just chipping away at that fucking that wall. You just keep with that pickaxe and you're in
it's like sculpting.
Cave. You just go
just sculpting, bro.
Yeah. And you just have this big ass block of marble. You're not sure what you're sculpting. You kind of have an idea. You thought, oh, this is gonna be me at 28. I'm gonna make it look like just like me, really buff. And then you keep chipping away at it, and you're like, oh, it's not me, 28, really buff. And then when you finally figure it out, it ends up being something completely different. It ends up being 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Holding a frisbee.
You're so deep. No.
Damn, man. Oh, can you put this in?
Yeah.
Because it messes with it.
Sorry.
Oh, there. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like, but that's, I think, the coolest thing about the craft. And right now, I think we're in a pool of dudes who want to watch everybody succeed. And then I'm like anticipating the time that where I get good enough that I don't ever want to.
You're talking about the OC crew, though.
Yeah.
It's different in LA.
I know it is.
Yeah. Well,
that's why I'm trying to enjoy it while I can and then get to the cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I like people hit the ground and run. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I like to kind of just walk a little bit, get my toes in the water.
Look at the dandelions.
Just kind of, I'm slow, bro. The process is like, I know it's slow and I just have to, I know that I'm going to go through it. So I might as well like take the opportunity to figure out this demographic of people. And then once like I'm actually pretty consistent and good, dude, fuck man, I just, I'll bring it up there and then I'll adjust up there.
Yeah.
But I want to build my confidence enough for me to be like, all right, you've put the time in, you've put the effort. Now let's do shit over here. Because you're going to start over regardless of what you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, all right. But yeah.
That's true, man. Yeah. I mean, I think the way you're viewing it is good too, because that means you're going to be in it for the long term. Because people burn out, man.
Mm-hmm.
People stop. A lot of the veterans tell me they've seen so many people that were good just eventually fizzle out because they went too hard, too long, didn't take care of other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Balance.
Yeah, balance is a tough thing to say too, though.
It is.
There is a form of balance, but I do think you still have to push yourself and go ham, but also be able to check in on yourself, which going slow at times also.
That's my problem right now is that sometimes I move too slow. I'm missing out on opportunities or missing out on learning shit. You know what I mean?
Why?
Just because like my process isn't as like, it just takes a little bit longer for me. Like, and it's always been like that as far as learning is concerned. It's like I just process things slower, or if it doesn't process properly, I have to go back and like make the adjustments and whatever. But now I think that I'm getting finally like pretty comfortable that I want to be a better joke writer, because I'm a good speaker already up there, and like I'm already having a good time, and I've already figured out how to be present on stage, like, because that's dope. So I forget who told you. It might have been you who might have told me that.
Yeah,
be present on stage was like such a good piece of advice, because every time you're up there and it feels like rehearsed, it's just like fuck. Yeah. But when you can get it as if you're just talking, that's where the money happens.
Yeah, conversational, because that's what it's supposed to be. It's a one-way conversation where the other people feel like they're involved.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle said something along those lines.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you've gotten much better since the first time I saw you at Amazing Comedy Theater.
Thanks.
Just
Doug.
in terms of like nervousness, like I could tell you were really nervous.
That was also my like second time at that spot too, and I'm still pretty fresh to the scene, so it's like
no, but it's good though. It's good that, you know, from that time to I think it's only been a couple months since that, to when I saw you recently at the show that you booked me on.
Oh, the harp. Yeah, the harp.
Yeah, you're doing good, man. You're progressing.
Thanks, dog.
You're, because some people, they'll judge it by, well, what about the jokes? Clever or this and that? Blah, blah. I'm like, dude, and I'm not saying, and this has nothing to do with your jokes, period, at all. I'm just saying, to me, the most important thing above all is comfortability on stage.
Yeah, man.
Then you don't get, if you're not comfortable, then it doesn't allow your personality to shine. And sometimes I bank on that. Sometimes I'm like, well, I have a few jokes I want to say, and then I'm probably gonna have another like 3-4 minutes of just like fuck it time. So let's just go with the flow, see what I say, see what comes out.
Yeah, there was something weird that happened that night. I saw you at the Amazing Comedy Theater, and you bombed.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. That's when you first saw me. I remember.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And that was like such a graceful bomb. And I was like, fuck. I was like, this dude is making this shit look easy. It was like, wow. And I remember I hadn't been comfortable yet. And I think I started to get comfortable after we had started talking, because that's when I really started making some friends. I started being a part of the community, and I didn't feel like an outcast.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's only for a little bit until you show your worth to the community.
That you're there, that you're here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they
look
care
for.
about. Nobody.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about that is nobody, verbally talks that way to each other about it. Nobody's like, hey, he's here. No, not one person. It's just like this weird like hive mind where they can kind of tell. It's like, oh yeah. I think it's a mixture of that, but also the energy and the persona, the output of that. They can tell, like, oh, he's like here.
Yeah, dude. No, it's
not
like,
just seeing you, but the internal game.
The thing, and then just being courteous, bro. Like just being nice to people. Yeah. And then just like saying what's up. I think it's different for us. I don't know how you were raised, but we had to say hi to everybody in the house. It didn't matter where they were.
Inside the house?
Yeah, like if you walked into a family party, you don't get to play with your cousins until you fucking say hi to everybody.
Oh yeah, no. They forced me, man. We had to bow. If we didn't, they slapped me in the head.
We do this shit called the amen, in the Filipinos.
Yeah, the manapo.
Yeah.
Manapo.
Amen. Yeah, that shit. And I'd be like, fuck, man. That's probably how the coronavirus really started, dog.
All right. Fucking we're all touching each other and shit. Yeah, but the thing that made me, because that day when I met you, I was still a little embarrassed that, well, because you're Asian, you're Filipino, and then I was like, fuck, because I don't see a lot of Asians in it, and I was like, well, I don't want him to have a first impression of me like this,
Yeah.
But and I also wasn't sure if you were 100% genuine about like, dude, that was a cool bomb or whatever.
It was dope. I remember
because like I was just like, I mean, now I know you are because we're friends, but back then I was like, I know I can feel he's being genuine.
It's weird, huh?
It's tough. It's tough, especially with the ego and all that stuff coming in and the uncertainty of, yeah.
Dude, I told my girl about it. I was like, babe, the coolest thing happened. She was like, what? I was like, I bombed horribly. And she was like, what? And I was like, but there was another dude who bombed. And I was like, he made it look cool. And she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, there's this Asian dude, man. He was like, he's fucking Asian, bro. We got like the same eyes. I was like, it was cool. He was like, fuck this shit. I don't even want to be up here. And I was like, that's gangster, man. That's cool.
That's fucking funny. That is so funny.
I was like, this shit's tight.
Shit, man. I mean, I don't know.
I try not to see like a lot of people. I'm so oblivious when it comes to like racial shit because I honestly, fuck, this sounds so gay, but I try so hard to see the character of people before I judge them. And of course, I'll always judge somebody before I meet them. It's just a fact. That's the fucking truth. Yeah. You have a split second to make a judgment. You make them. Sometimes you're wrong. A lot of the times you're wrong until you get to know somebody. Yeah. And then it's like, fuck, man. But
that's how it should be.
Yeah, for sure. But it's, I don't know. It's weird. But I like seeing, like, I like seeing that there's a lot of good Asian comics, a lot of like Latino, Mexican comics, like the white boys, a lot of the white boys in Orange County killing it. They're pretty fucking good. So it's like, that shit's dope. But like the plethora of everybody is, I don't know, it's sick. You know what I mean? It's just cool.
You're a good guy.
I don't know. I'm all right. I'm okay.
Because I don't think that way. I mean, just in terms of people being funny, I don't think that way. Just because maybe I'm just extra harsh and cold-hearted.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's also to protect myself. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit of that too, honestly. But I do think it's good that when there are communities, when people are talking and hanging out, that's why the OC scene is cool, because it's like that's why I always tell you and other people, it's not, that's why I appreciate the OC scene, because I can say what's up and just actually talk, and they're like, oh, you're leaving, man? Like, you know, like that last thing, like, you gotta go. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. You know, like, like Galen and all them done. Hey, oh man, motherfucker. And I was like, shit, because you don't get that in LA.
No, for sure. And I think that's kind of like it's almost like the blueprint of how I would want it when I'm up there and I make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, because I would want guys like you around me. And like I would want both of us to be killing it, so that we have more of even more of a reason, not just like a reason for ourselves, but like we get put into those positions where they're gonna book us together because we get along like that. Or like we don't have to put up a front, you know?
You know who Keith Pedro is? He's a Filipino comedian from Canada.
No.
Let me shout him out real quick. Okay. Keith Pedro, what's up, dog?
Keith Pedro. I don't know who you are.
He's dope.
I'll check you out, man.
He came out here to do a show, and I reached out to him, and I had to bail last minute on the show because my girl had to go to the doctors. Yeah. And then I reached out to him again, and then I was like, hey, bro, you're super dope. Like, hopefully one day I'll be able to open for you. That's all I put, not looking for a response or anything. He hit me back, and he was like, man, I can't wait to share the stage with more Pinoys like you. Hey. I was like, hey, I was like, that shit's dope. And he kept in contact, and I was like, I really fuck with that shit. But he's good. You should check him out. He's funny.
Damn, see, that's the thing about all these other people, like Filipinos and Mexicans and shit, and like black people, they hook each other up like that. But Koreans, we hate on each other, man. We
for
fucking
sure.
hate each other. Like,
there's
don't see the Koreans really like down for it, because there's not many Koreans in the entertainment industry.
Bitch, you got that. Hello, there's an entire genre dedicated to you guys. K-pop? Like, you guys.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like comedy, American entertainment.
Oh yeah, I guess so. It's pretty cutthroat for Filipinos too, but it's just there's
but I see more of the we gotta help our own people type shit than with Koreans in that aspect. I mean, like you do see that in the Korean community for like in other aspects, but in comedy, I just don't see that at all.
Cause y'all trying to be the top Korean or something.
Yeah, because we're like, fuck, you look like my dad. I don't like you.
Straight up.
You remind me of my older brother. Fuck you.
Straight up.
Right? Because we were raised to be compared.
Yo, it's funny because it sucks, but I judge Filipinos pretty harshly, and then I'm always wrong about it. I'm like, this dude's gonna be a douche. Like, I know it, and then all of a sudden you're like, God, was I wrong?
I do that about Asians a lot.
Like all the time. I'm like, I think the most racist towards my own peoples too.
I think we all kind of are, especially Asians. Asians are even more racist to their own specific culture, or not culture, but their people.
Dude, like I make fun of Filipinos. I'm like, man, you can't even decide what you are, Mexican or Asian. Pick one.
Yeah, you gotta decide.
You gotta fucking figure it out.
Because you'll pass as either.
So,
but you gotta choose.
What is it?
Yeah,
you know?
Commit to something.
Do one or the other.
Fucking pussy,
bitch.
Yeah, hate you. You know, and that's why you won me over that day too, because. Like every time I see an Asian person, I'm like, okay, let's see, like, what's up? Let's see what you got, you know. And then, you know, I saw that you had some stuff.
They were there, they're working.
I saw that.
The gears are
and I could tell you were new. And then the real test was to see how you would talk about what you did. But you were pretty open about it. You weren't trying to put up a front like, I'm good, or I've been doing this for a while. None of that bullshit, because you know, if I saw that protection shit, then it would have, even though I would have judged it, and I probably wouldn't have been as open to you. But because you did that, then I was like, you know, I like this dude. Like, he's cool.
But I also understand where I'm at right now. There's a difference. Maybe in 3 years I won't be like that, because there'll be a little bit more experience. Maybe in 5 years, who knows?
That's true.
You know what I mean? But like, as of right now, I understand that the beginning stages of this craft is such a fragile thing. Because you want to get good, but the thing is, you're not immediately, and that's the fact. Like, up until you figure out what your game plan is, and somebody gave it to me the best way is like, let people know who you are in 5 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? And then so you're going through things, and it's like I want to find. I have, they're decent shit, but I want to find something that, like, when it clicks, it's an absolute sensation, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I just want it to kill. That's how, like, intense I am when I try to find. And it sucks because I'm always repetitive, and it's always just changing something little on your joke. But I just want it to be so good, at least to me. You know?
No, that's how it is, though. That's how it is. Like, every comic that's huge right now talks about a lot of the things they say is hacky as fuck in the beginning. It's whack. Sometimes, or a lot of times, it's not funny.
Yeah,
and they have to work on it. Like, it's just an over and over and over.
It's tedious. And then sometimes you're like, you got the self-doubt. The self-doubt is what's kind of fueling me now, because I'm always like, you second guessing yourself again. It's like you're doing that thing again. I was like, just figure it out. Like, make it work. You can. You know you can. So just do it. You know.
Yeah.
That's why I like motivational speeches so much. It's like heroin to me. I'll just like.
Oh, are you an insight junkie?
I fucking hate it, bro. When I was in Afghanistan, dog, when shit got rough, I would talk to my boy, smoke some cigarettes, but I would wake up at like 1 a.m. and I would put my headphones in.
Like Jim Rohn and shit.
Eric Thomas. Les Brown, bro.
Is Eric Thomas the preacher?
Yeah, he's the dude.
Hip hop pastor.
Yeah, he's the dude who said,
you gotta want it more than you breathe.
Yeah, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Like, that was my shit for the longest time. And the whole time I just felt like I'm drowning because I can't figure it out.
Yeah,
and I don't know how to breathe. Because if I'm trying to breathe as bad as I'm trying to succeed, I'm not being successful. You know? But it got me, like, that shit, it's like, it gets me up enough to make my bed. So
no, that resonates with me on another level, because I saw that for years. And I actually didn't listen to that in the year and 6-7 months I've been doing this shit. But right now it connects to why I went so hard. Because, like, I told this to a few people. It's not new. If you listen to this podcast, you've heard me talk about it. But before I was starting this stuff, like, I was going to fucking off myself. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
So anytime I was going to stop, and the first 4 or 5 months when I wanted to give up, and like I was bombing, and I started out in LA.
But that's how you get the thickness.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Like, now you got the armor. And especially if you were like you were basically born in the fire.
I was, dude. I fucking was. Because like every night, every day I did it, I wanted to quit. And then I'd get angry at myself. I'm like, you left everything behind. I literally talked. You left everything fucking behind. You fucking left your job. You left everything to start pursuing your dreams because you were gonna fucking hang yourself. And now you want to quit, you piece of shit? You really want to do it? You really want this shit? Huh? Then go. If you don't, fucking kill yourself. Fucking kill yourself right now. Go to your closet and fucking hang yourself. And I would say that to myself. I know that got intense.
No, it's I've done similar. I've been pretty good. I get those reckless thoughts every once in a while, but you're talking about like actually putting it into action. I'm so lucky that I'm lazy that I can't. You know what I mean?
You're slow. You think it's slow. Like you have a gun and you're pulling this trigger, but you're
loading
the whole process of it is taking so long. By the time your finger's like about to be on the trigger, you're like,
I'm already smoking a blunt.
Yeah, you're already over it. You're like, I don't want it. It was just emotions.
Yeah.
But like that's why I like wanting it more than you like breathe. As much as you want to breathe.
Nah, dude.
Because I was like breathing is life.
You know what put everything into perspective for me was I took like a literally a year off and did nothing, and my girlfriend got sick of me, bro.
Oh, because were you just at home, just like around her?
Doing nothing. I was like cleaning and doing all the good shit, but I wasn't doing anything to better myself. And then finally, I knew that this talk was going to happen, but when it did, my heart was racing. My anxiety was pulling because I knew what the talk was going to be about.
Were you afraid that she might want to end it?
No.
Oh,
I just knew that she was going to address the fact that I wasn't doing anything. And
wow, that's such a strong relationship and also you're confident like that.
But that wasn't off the table. I was like, that's always an option.
That's true. Huh?
You know what I mean? So I was like, and the thing too is what I think people don't understand about relationships is that during the relationship, shit's gonna change. You know what I mean? At one point or another, you might have to make her fall in love with you, or she might have to make you fall in love with her again.
Oh,
right? So that's like the process. And there's sometimes where the love just is gone, and you got to understand that in life, shit like that happens, and you can't control the way someone feels, especially if they're not there for you anymore.
We go more into detail about that. Like the love is lost.
Yeah, so like in any partnership or relationship, there's like maintenance that has to be done always throughout it, right? Whether you're the one who's pulling most of the weight or whether you're the one that's being carried around. I see a relationship as like a complete balance. There's going to be some times where you're going to do 95% of the work and your significant other is going to do 5%. But you got to trust that in the relationship, that power is going to swing, and then it's going to go 95 her way, 5 your way. And then eventually it'll come back in the middle and it'll keep going. The boat will keep rocking.
Okay.
Right. And then sometimes there's just too much weight that it just falls off completely. And then there's nothing there and just you. You know what I mean? And that's how I kind of see it. So like, I try to keep things fun. I try to keep that energy, that spark of, and sometimes I catch myself being in a very bad spot where I'm the trouble in the relationship because I'm being insecure or whatever. And then it's like, well, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? But it's also a lot of hard work because they say like falling in love is easy, but maintaining love is hard.
That's true. Well, I mean,
like but that's no joke. Like you see the couples who have lasted 30, 40 years and they say the same shit. Like the thing is like, if you want to be in love, you can, but you have to both work for it. That's the easiest answer for anybody. None of this like fucking fake shit where it's like, they should have been in love with me tomorrow. Fuck it, dude. Maybe on a Tuesday, just for that entire 24 hours, they might not love you because you're getting on their nerves or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they obviously do love you, but it's not like that passion or that like, oh, I like you. Or maybe that day they don't like you, right?
Yeah, or sometimes they could love you and then hate you all at the same time because, okay, so like I was saying, so that year, basically what happened was she sat down and she was like, look, you wanted to be an actor. You wanted to do this. You wanted to do that. She was like, I believe in whatever you fucking choose to do. She was like, but you just have to do it. She was like,
start.
She was like, just fucking do it. Well, I don't know what you're scared of, what your problem is. She was like, you just need to get up and go. She was like, look at yourself and just try to be better each day. And I was like, yo, this bitch is down.
Hey, that's legit, man.
I was like, this bitch is so down. And then that's when I started gearing up. And then once she started seeing, I think, the effort, she was like, cool. But when she saw the commitment was when she was like, that's where I needed you to be. And she would have wanted it back then, but I think it happened at the time it was supposed to because I wasn't confident in myself enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, just in general.
In general, I was very scared of my own insecurities. You know, I'm not scared of a lot of things, but taking a test in a room by myself and my own insecurities are probably my two biggest fears.
Taking a test in a room by yourself?
Yeah, bro. I have test taking anxiety like a bitch.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Legit.
I do too, man. Even with like paperwork, I stress out. I have to read it. I have to read the same question over and over like 5 times.
I panic.
And it's something easy like, were you born in California?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, yes.
Do I get fucked up, bro? They're like sex. I'm like, a lot, please. You know, like shit like that. But yeah, I'm terrified. That's why I was so scared to go back to school too.
The sun's coming out.
Hell yeah.
Whenever the sun comes out, it feels good. It feels fucking good, man. I don't know. But okay, so now your girl, she sees your commitment.
Yeah.
And she's been happy.
She's been cool. She wants to see not necessarily right now she can't, but she knows that it's a long game.
It's a very long game.
She understands, and I told her, and I'm like,
this is decades, dude.
I know. And I was like, who knows? Like, and here's the reality that I told her. Something might happen, something might not. It's like, it depends on how hard I pursue it and how hard that I'm going to chase it. I have to trust myself.
And a bit of that is luck too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. But you know what? I've been pretty fortunate that I'm a pretty lucky dude. And I'm always in pretty good situations. Yeah. But I want to see how far I can take a good situation. Like what happens when preparation
meets opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you're in a relationship with somebody to where they do, they are supporting you in that sense, like they're behind you, which is better so that you don't have the distraction of, because I feel like a downfall of a lot of men is a pursuit of women.
Yeah, the comfort of somebody else. And I think like dudes just want to be validated too, especially our generation of dudes. We have to be told how handsome we are or how good we are.
Yeah.
Feel a little bit of like where it was like last generation, it was like, don't say anything to me. Where we're like, tell me you love me so I can do better.
Yeah.
Please.
Wipe my butt.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
No, there's a lot of that going on. It's funny you say that too, because I've been following this guy called Dan Pena. He's just like 78-year-old. They call him the $1 trillion man. But he made up. Yeah, but he made up to like 5. But he grew up in East LA from the hood, and he was broke as fuck. And
is that the dude with the glasses?
Yeah, the old guy. He looks white, but his last name's Pena. Oh, no. Yeah. But this guy, he talks shit. He talks whatever you fucking meatheads, you snowflake motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You guys are weak. You guys are all weak now. It's like, would you, like, he's like, I want to jail. I want to jail because somebody disrespected my mom. So I fucked his ass up and I bit his nose off. And he's just talking crazy shit. And he's talking about how this generation basically, ties in with what you said. Just a lot of...
We're fucking cornballs.
Yeah, a lot of weakness. He's like, how many of you got your ass beat by your parents? And like, most don't.
Dog, these next... Hey, millennials. And was it Gen Z? Is it Gen Z?
And I don't even know what those
Gen
are.
Z
I know
and
that's
etc. You're fucking cornballs. Yeah. Scaredy cats. Words hurt your... Dude, words? Words
shouldn't hurt you that fucking bad.
Here's my thing, bro. Words don't hurt unless you let them hurt. Yeah. That's what I told my little sister.
Unless it's followed by a punch, then it's different. But words themselves...
If my fist is named words, then it should hurt.
Tattoos. WORD. Each fucking finger and knuckle.
Yeah. But I don't get it. And then I think that we're also in such a weird space with social media because everybody wants to see like the best version of you, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't like to do that. I want to give you the realest version of me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's fucking weird. So,
it's hard to keep up with that.
And then it's like, I find no joy in that. But there are times where I'm like, yo, I look pretty good. I need to take a picture.
Yeah, I need to post this shit right now.
Or I just need to hold it in my arsenal when there's another fucking virus and like I need to take some, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's like, fuck, bro.
I don't know, man. Because when I used to post like that, I knew that I'd get more likes than my other stuff. And then when I wouldn't get the average amount of likes, then I'd get extra insecure because I'm putting out this version of myself, and then I would delete it sometimes. And I'd put this version out of myself that is my best, but even my best isn't enough to get the vanity metrics up. So then over time, I was like, why don't I just post what I really want and just say what I feel, because that's just what the fuck it is. Like, this is me. Then how can I feel bad about it?
Yeah, and the thing is like, here was the weird thing about like trying to figure this shit out was like, I'm gonna stretch too. Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm a pretty open person, but I don't like to normally put my shit out in social media for whatever reason, because I'm like a just enjoy me for now type dude. You know what I mean? You don't take pictures if you want, but I don't need to post anything to let you know how I'm doing in life type shit. But now that I found comedy, it's like, fuck, I have to post.
Yeah, that's part of it. Sharing yourself, the vulnerability, right? Like,
yeah, I'm like, oh God, but it's more of like, I guess, you know, rather than, and I don't really care what goes, I guess I do kind of care, but like, I don't mind what goes out there, you know, because it's like, well, it's me being silly anyways.
yeah, and I think especially if people know that you're a comedian, we get away with a lot more things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like actors, they don't. There's one. I think Tay Diggs. I think it was Tay Diggs. He got. People are trying to cancel him right now because he's black, and then he said that white people are dirty at the gym. He's like, you honkies, you leave your shit around, and it's like, well, first of all, I think black people are allowed to talk like that because they have so much shit, and it's a joke. But because he's an actor,
yeah, they're scrutinized under different level. I mean, that's cool because we get the freedom to say what we want, and I think I'm still trying to figure out how not to be scared of my own voice,
your true thoughts, what you really want to say. You're worried about what people may think.
Oh, for sure, because I'm so brash and insensitive sometimes that it comes off like a little too aggressive.
Yeah, but then what about the other side of that? What about people that enjoy it? There's people that like that.
I
too,
know,
right?
I know,
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
because that's you.
that is me. Yeah. And I'm just trying to figure it out because I like those sick. Dog, I'm like such a fan. This can sound so bad. I'm such a fan of racism. Like,
fan of racism.
And like, you know, name calling and shit like that.
That's the fucking military, man.
Dog, I know it is, bro. I was really, I don't know if I told you this story or not, but we got a homie from France, right? And she went to Italy before all this shit happened. Yeah. And she said she heard the most racist shit she has ever heard in her life. And she said some Italian, she's Asian, by the way. She's some Italian, like, I guess she was trying to get on a bus, was like, hello, welcome to China, lemon face.
What the fuck? Oh, it sounds like they watch Borat, like Vanilla Face. Lemon face? I've never heard that.
No, how good is that?
Yeah.
How good is that?
Yeah.
So I was dying. And then I literally, this happened. I don't know if you saw my story, but I went to Target to go buy just little shit here and there. And then there was like this older lady. She grabbed her kid. And then I heard her say to the little kid, she goes, oh, watch out. He's got those eyes. And I was like, bitch.
I remember you saying that before. Did she really say that? Is that real?
Yeah.
Like, for real?
Yeah, bro.
What does that even mean?
I was like, no, probably I look like a dark Chinese. Now because of the coronavirus, anybody with chinky eyes is Chinese automatically, like on site.
Even more than before. Which is fucked up.
On site, dude.
I'm waiting for that to happen.
I don't mind it. I didn't like, and then the thing is like,
I want to clap back though. Like,
I'm very I guess I was just in a good mood because I thought it was so funny.
Yeah. Well, that's funny, but I mean, if somebody directly says something, I want to clap back.
I'm like pretty good about it, but if I'm in a bad mood, I'll hurt your feelings. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's got those eyes. What the fuck? It's funny because if it was a white guy, they'd be like, he could fuck you up or something. He looks dangerous, but. Any Asian, he's got those eyes. He's got small eyes.
Those small eyes.
He's got those eyes. That's such a fucking funny line.
Yo, that's the shit right there.
Yeah. Is that what you said at Harpin? Was that?
No, I posted a story of it a couple days ago.
Oh, that's
on
where I
Instagram.
saw that. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was like,
you should say that on stage.
I'm going to. Yeah. I think I've kind of figured it out. But
yeah, he's got those eyes.
It's so fucking
Sup lemon
funny.
face.
Yo. That's honestly, I'm going to bring that to the stage too. I think that's one of my
Yeah.
That shit got layers, bro. Make a lemon face. You look the same.
Now I look like I'm making fun of myself. like Japanese, like American propaganda against the Japanese.
Yeah. I don't see a difference, bro.
Yeah, I got a Mexican candy joke. I just imagine you saying that on stage, and that's like good crowd work. All right, you point at the Asian guy, like, okay, make a face like you got a lemon in your mouth. He's like, you look the same. Yeah. That's good. That'll get everybody on that.
That's what I'm trying.
Yeah, I like racist jokes that are done in like a playful, fun way like that.
I do too.
I just don't like it when it gets.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I
like hateful.
Oh, when it's like legit hateful, that's a different story.
And they're trying to make it seem like it's shock.
When it's like playful hateful is the best.
Playful hateful. Yeah.
Playful hateful.
Like Patrice O'Neal was really great at that.
Fucking, you know who else was really good at that? Ralphie May.
Dog, Ralphie May. I don't know who keeps posting his shit on his page, but somebody's taking, using his official page to keep him alive and stuff.
Good.
And he's got there's so much of Ralphie May's material that I have not seen, and it's fucking genius.
Gold.
He didn't give a fuck.
No, he was a verbal assassin.
And he could have gotten fucked up too, because he's a big ass fat dude, but he's so him, and he's able to just fucking jujitsu his way through that shit.
No, that's
Authenticity, 100% authenticity.
True professional.
Yeah.
That's a true professional.
He fucking knows.
Like, and he was so funny. He's so, goddamn. I sometimes go revisit his shit. I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah. I still watch those guys, and I think they're funnier, and it's not because they're dead, because some people are like, oh, his music sounds better because he's passed away. But
yeah, that's how I feel about Mac Miller. I was like really saddened because I grew up with that fool. You know what I mean? And we're like right around the same age. So when he passed away, that shit.
Oh, like you actually grew up with him?
No, like his music.
Okay, because you made it sound like you grew up with him.
No.
His music, and then you're like, yeah, my neighborhood. I'm like, oh.
No. So like I found him when he first like popped off, and then when he passed away, I was sad for like 2 months.
So you cried?
No, I didn't cry, but I felt a void that was missing. Is that kind? That's
would you listen
weird.
to his music? No, it's not weird. You would listen to his music a lot.
I took a little break off him, but I was always a fan.
Oh, you know what? Did his music get you through certain times? Is that why? He was always just kind of there, like a dog.
He was always just kind of there, and then they always reminded me of like my childhood after high school growing up. And then he had the last few albums, and then you really found out that he was coming into himself. And then all of a sudden he was gone. And I was like, fuck, man.
So maybe it was a mixture of one with his music and you being able to see like he's really discovering himself further.
No, he just got better. Just like his craft.
In general? Like that. Oh,
remember how I was telling you, like when you see a comedian and their shit sucks for the first 2 months, but once they fucking finally figure it out, it's like they just figured out the first joke and it just works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once like his newer album started to come out, I was like, damn, dog, you was like legit, so legit. He was legit before then, but it was
more legit, another level, another layer to that shit. And that's the most exciting thing. Every time I listen to these interviews with these top level comedians, and they talk about whether it was themselves or other people they knew that they saw it just kind of like click. Oh, that was the refrigerator. I thought it was a camera the whole time. I thought they talk about how like it clicked. Some of them it took a few years. Some of them it took like even longer. But there's a point where something clicks, and shit just starts to make sense. I'm more excited about that than anything.
Me too.
Like things make more sense to me.
So
right? like right now, and it's not even 2 years yet. But I just. When that moment hits, I feel like there's multiple mini clicks in between that.
There is, because it's like the rise, right? Because now you're figuring out errors that you're probably gonna make again, but up until you make the adjustment to not make those errors again, then you're kind of stuck, But once you figure out, like, oh, this is the consistent thing that I keep fucking up on.
Yeah.
Let me address it, but you have to address it constantly. You know what I mean?
Why don't you try just when we could do stand up again? Just say shit. Like, say the shit you were afraid to say. Because the things I was afraid to say, I realized it's either funny or people don't care like you think they care. Yeah. And then you try to push the envelope even further. And there's times where I tested and I'd get really racist on purpose just to see, like, is somebody going to want to beat me up? I'm just like, oh.
It's not as bad because I think more so people feel bad like for you. Not like you don't even have to be Asian. Like if you say, let's say you have like an uncrafted racist joke and it's just like blatantly racist and not playful, hateful.
Oh, they're like, oh, this guy.
They're like, oh, like, all right, I
cringe.
guess I'll just sit here and just look at my toes. You know?
Yeah. Because I got a foot fetish and I got no porn right now. You know what's weird? I think it was yesterday, and I just kind of like looked at my feet, and I was like, you know, if it was female feet and had no hair, it'd be kind of hot. I thought that for like 1 second. I thought that, and I was like, and I was never into feet. And then I got into feet once, like I got a foot job from my ex, and it was like one of the best. It was almost better than the vagina. It was crazy.
Whoa!
You should try it.
My girl don't like her feet like that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. She got cool feet, but she just
she's not comfortable with that.
Yeah, she don't want to be doing
that. See, this is the
But it's also not my thing too. You know what I mean? Like
it was never my thing, but trying it because I just tried it just to try it because we were in a hotel. I said fuck it, and she put some fucking like lube on it, and it was the craziest fucking thing ever. It was mind blowing. I get it now. Yeah, that's if anything, there's something I miss about her. It's her open sexuality, like willing to do anything.
Yeah.
And every time I talk to my homeboys, and then they got like, the girlfriends have like one little thing that she's not into, and it's not a big deal because that's fucking nothing, right?
Yeah.
Because it was never even a thought in my head before. But then it's like, just but also that's not everything because obviously we broke up. Because if that was everything, then it'd work. But I don't fucking know, man. Burt's Bees does not do shit for me.
What? Does it make you...
It doesn't work.
It redries your shit out?
It just kind of just stays there. And then it doesn't work after... It doesn't even really like hydrate it or keep it fresh. Most chapsticks don't
news.
That works. What?
Fake news. Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Burt's Bees all the way.
Yeah. Does my energy feel a little weird?
No, why?
Okay.
No, you're comfortable. This is your hub. This is your zone.
Yeah.
Like...
No, normally I'm more super energetic with it, but like I was telling you, I'm just...
But we've also been
like
in the fucking...
Yeah, that's why.
We've been cooped up.
Exactly.
Been in solitary confinement.
Yeah. I've been super solitary confinement. Yeah, there's nobody to text.
Dude.
Well, actually, I do text my friends, but it's just not the same. That's why I've been visiting my homegirl, because she has a dog. And as soon as I hug the dog, I'm like, I just feel so good. And so happy. I was like, fuck. I was like, if I had a dog, I would never need a girlfriend. Because that's the love that's missing, just the physical touch of something, being able to just like hug something whenever you want.
Yeah, but it's different because you can't shove your thing in the... Most people.
I won't.
I know you
I'm
won't.
not.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know there's people out there that do that. That's so fucked up. It's fucked up because we all know exactly what a dog's butthole looks like, and we can imagine.
That's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was gonna ask something, I forgot.
But
No, I had something that I was gonna ask. I forgot.
it had nothing to do with
Dog fucking?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Corona, companionship, hugging.
Fuck. It was something. Oh yeah, this coronavirus, man. Like I just texting my mom, I'm just like seeing what she's doing and shit.
Where'd she say?
She's like hella close. She's like only like 10 miles from me.
You're talking like she lives across the country. Like, I was like, dang, I'm worried about.
I'm like, so what's up? What you doing? She's like, nothing. I'm like, all right, you're boring. Bye. And I'll text my dad and do the same shit. And it's like, fuck. I don't know. I know my sister's going crazy. She does jujitsu and shit. She can't do anything.
Oh, dog. All the MMA people. I mean, I just go to the gym and I'm already like, fuck. I didn't realize how much I need the gym. But those jujitsu people, who the fuck, where are they going to do that shit at? In the garage with like one person?
No.
You could, but it's not the same with all the crew and like being able to roll with multiple people, like the master or the professor.
Yeah. But she called me just mad as fuck like 2 days ago. She was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, having fun, drinking and smoking. She was like, well, good for you, because I haven't had a chance to snap anybody's necks recently. I'm like, okay, sociopath, like, chill the fuck out. She was like, my boyfriend's drunk and I could choke him right now. I'm like, bitch, you're
Really? What in the fuck? Jesus
like,
Christ.
what the hell's wrong with you? She's like, I think I'm gonna go to bed. She's like,
Damn.
yeah.
What, did she drink too? Because it sounds like she might have.
Nah, I was like, yo, you drunk? But she's the type of girl. My sister's one of those girls who's like, her release is being physical. Like she's always been physically active. So when she's like cooped up, she's a bitch.
Yeah, I lose my energy when I'm cooped up. I just get weak. Like at first I'll get aggressive and then I just give up.
No, I could sleep in. If you were to tell me like I could stay in bed all day and then go work out for like 2 hours and then go back to bed,
And you're just happy as fuck.
dude.
See, I wish I could be like that. I just get so much anxiety.
I'm like,
I get so much anxiety, man.
I'm
That's why you're so easy going too, because you can do that. I wish I could do that.
I'm like, no, there's a catch-22 to it too, because then sometimes when you need to grind, you're like, this is grinding, and you're not really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of my grinding is super anxiety driven.
Oh, mine is too, and that's where I'm like,
I'm always running on anxiety. That's why if I don't keep moving, I just sit there and I'm like, oh, I just feel like I'm overeating.
do you ever get anxiety that hits you like a shot of adrenaline?
Yeah.
You ever?
Yeah. Like a injecting. Like,
Yeah, that shit happened to me yesterday.
happens to me all the time.
It was like driving, and then I was with my girlfriend, and I was like, I talk to myself. I speak out loud because like sometimes my thoughts just blurt out, and I was like, I can't believe you're fucking doing this. And my girl was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, oh shit. She was like, what's wrong? I was like, anxiety just struck. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, what if I fail? What if this doesn't work out? What if this doesn't happen?
Oh, it hit you out of nowhere. You weren't even thinking about it?
Just driving, bro.
Were you thinking about it at all, or just kind of hit you?
Nah, it went into my head, went into a conversation. Then all of a sudden, it was like, "What if you failed?" And I was like, "I can't think like that." My girl was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, okay. You're talking about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Me, there was a few moments where not to that extent, like with that feeling,
Yeah.
but I've had a few of those thoughts. But it doesn't really last because then I can think back on here's a good way to balance that out is, well, how comfortable are you now than you were before?
Dude, the thing too is that I was way more comfortable addressing it this time because I know I'm doing something about it rather than not.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. But the thing is, we're forced to be sitting here right now, which gives me a chance to like really think about when everything opens back up, how I'm going to execute. And now is like the perfect time for me to get my shit in order so that once we all get to go back and touch mics, like I'm there, I'm present,
I'm interested to see what everybody's going to be like energy wise.
I do too.
I feel like mine's going to be different starting off, and it might, and this whole thing might have even changed. This is all speculation. It might even change my whole stand-up
it might,
period.
which
You know?
might be good too.
I think it's good in general. So whether it starts off like more just like me, just being more chill like this, and then goes back to the extra energetic shit, or there's a balance or not, or it just, I don't know. I think this is good. Like we've been saying. But yeah, I'm so interested to see.
I just want to get the first mic
else.
jitters out the way. You know what I mean? Like the first mic that we do, I want to get that.
I think it's gonna be so good because that jitter feeling, that like shit. I seek that because that's when I perform at my best.
Oh, I like to get warmed up. You know what I mean?
I just like to get fucked up. Like if I could, I would love to be performing in front of like 100 people right away.
Oh, I would.
Because the energy, like that.
Because I know maybe not the first one, maybe not the second one, but once I get my footing back, then I'll be back in the zone. Yeah. And then when I'm in the zone, that's when I'm going to be trying some new shit, and then hopefully.
But definitely right now, this is an interesting process. So even just seeing the open mics is going to be different. Because it's been so long. Because I haven't been practicing. Like normally, in a situation like this, I'd at least practice when I'm driving or looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been playing Days Gone like a motherfucker and getting very out of touch with my body and my mind. Because I get so stupid. Even right now, like you're here, but like I'm not full. It takes me like at least 2 days after playing a game for like 10 hours in a day to recover. So my brain is still fucked up.
Play some card games with your sister or your mom when they get home.
Oh, we don't do that shit.
Oh, you don't do that shit?
Yeah, we're not close.
Oh, you guys just
Our
walk
family,
into...
man, no, my dad, he like ruined all that shit. Like he created this rift between us, up until he passed away. Like he was just very, caused a lot of
grief.
Yeah, and that's where I have this always like resting, like bum, 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 like fight or flight mode, because I never knew what he would do when he'd get home. So my body has been conditioned to always be like,
yeah. It might also be different once you get your own place, because that's gonna be your own sanctuary.
I've never had my own place. I've always had roommates, even if it was my own room. So I am looking forward to the day where I do have my own sanctuary, my own haven, right? Like. Because before I was like, oh, what if I get lonely roommates? And I'm like, no, I'd like my own place. I'd be fine. I'll just FaceTime my homie or be like, hey, you want to come over? I would love my own fucking place.
Dude, me and my girl got lucky. Our last roommate, before we had to move in with her mom and stuff, he was the best.
He was a great roommate?
Dude, we were roommates for 5 years.
Oh, shit.
And it was easy. And then we would hear all these horror stories about like horrible roommates, and we like looked at each other because we all kicked it. Like my girl and our old roommate, they're like brother and sister. They're tight as fuck. You know what I mean?
I actually did have these one roommates where the only issue was that we slept in the same room because it was for college. But his girlfriend was living there too, and they'd sleep in the same bed as I'm in the room. But that was never an issue. They never did anything weird, made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like that I had to share a room with anybody, right? But that was great too. I mean, now they have issues because they had a baby together, and then they're not good like that. But
shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. But I mean, it was cool, man. I don't know.
I got lucky. I had to jack off with a room full of dudes.
You had to?
Yeah.
Where? Bathroom, right?
No, in Afghanistan, bro. We would have like bunk beds, and I would have like a little.
You just do it secretly?
Cot. I had like a little. So like my bunk bed is up against the wall, and I had like my tarp.
The
that
blanket
put
falls.
down,
That's some prison shit.
And I would put shit there, and it'd be my little haven. And I would wait till everybody went to bed, and then you would hear.
But it's you and like 5 other guys all doing the same shit.
And then it's just a fucking orchestra of.
Would you really be able to hear that shit?
Yeah, dude. When somebody was midnight beating, you just wouldn't say shit and address it like, damn, dog.
Well, maybe
Brown's getting it in. Like, that fool's hand is gonna be bruised. Like
that's like the college
that shit was real, bro. I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun.
That's probably also why you're even more chill too.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I know this sounds I guess pretentious, but like I know what really true trying times are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So when panic ensues, I feel level-headed. You know what I mean? Because I think the dopest thing about the military is that they teach you how to stay calm in the chaos. And then it's kind of weird because once the chaos starts to happen, things start to seem a little clearer for me. Is that kind of weird?
No, it's not weird. I understand what you mean.
So like when the chaos and the shit starts going,
you kind of like, you almost kind of like it too. Huh?
Mm-hmm. It's almost like home.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
It's almost.
I mean, I haven't been through what you've been through, but I mean, like in my own way.
Just like regular daily shit. Even in like that aspect is like when there's a little bit of chaos, there's a little bit of sanity. Once it's like too good, sometimes that's where I kind of freak out because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell? But what, like, when there's a little bit of panic and a little bit of resistance, I'm like, oh, okay, we're cool. Yeah, we're cool.
It's kind of like when there's a tornado and you're in the center of the tornado,
mm-hmm.
but there's like all that shit. You're like, okay,
like, yeah, you'll be straight. I'll be straight. Maybe I might die. Who knows? Who cares? Yeah, And I don't know.
Maybe that's why we like stand up so much too, because it's kind of chaotic in a sense. Like you don't really know exactly.
You don't.
And you get to see what you're made of.
You do. That's, I think, the coolest thing. But honestly, I like seeing the resilience of other people because I see them and I'm like, oh, if they can do it, for sure, I can do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then it's just like one step at a time. Yeah. Sometimes you're going to take a few steps back, but just keep going. You're like the stocks, bro. They're going to go down. Eventually, you wait long enough, it's going to come up. A little bit, you can come back down. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's just how it is, bro.
That's the way it fucking is, man.
Just fucking. That's how you deal with life.
That's how it fucking is, guys. But by the way, guys, if you guys are watching the video, you can see that I shaved my head. I haven't talked about this yet, but I have wrinkles on the top of my head, like, you know those like fat Mexican dudes? They got the wrinkles on their head. I have that. I have it. I'm gonna show you right now. And I shaved it during this quarantine because I had no choice but to face myself. So I said, why don't I face another fear? Let me just shave my head all the way low instead of hiding it. So look, from the top, you can see it like that. It's more prominent, like in kind of the back. No, I mean, but honestly, would you'd think about it, you'd notice it, but would you keep looking at it?
For a second.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be anything like, oh, what a freak. He got, instead of love handles, he got head handles.
That's actually funny. That's actually really funny. It's also really funny because it didn't hurt my feelings, which is interesting. Because I was like, oh God. That's actually really fucking funny. Like, honestly, like, there's no part of me that it even feels even a little butthurt. Which is really interesting.
It's just
that's good.
You know, and the thing too
Head
is
handles.
like
That's fucking good.
pick at yourself. Pick yourself apart and make fun of yourself.
No, because I said it's like an irrigation system for farming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, like on initial, you barely notice anything.
Even when you see the back, it's just like whatever.
Even you can just see the bumps, but it's not like.
It's just more like the line when it's dark, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But honestly, is it like that big of a deal?
No,
it's not.
No, because I got like cowlicks and shit. When I went bald, I thought cowlick is when your hair does the little.
What's wrong with that? I always thought that was cool.
No, it's like there's like two little spots, but I have like before when my girl wasn't cutting my hair, I would have this cowlick that would just poof. I would look like Misty from Pokemon.
Oh,
you know, that like one-haired side, and I would like try to throw it over, and it would always kink. But I just figured something out. If you texture your hair, it gives it layers, and then you can do this.
Oh, you mean like cut it like that like that shit? Yeah. Well, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can grow it out after you go bald.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No. I tried. I used to do that in high school. My hair is too thick and nappy. Like my Mexican barber from South Central, it doesn't curl, but it's thick. He's like, damn, you got like black people hair. So it wasn't like, it doesn't fro up, but it's thick as fuck. So I can't, it wouldn't stay up. It just
go down.
And it gets gross. And it gets fucking gross. So that's why I cut it short too, because it's just easy. You know? And honestly, I like this look better than my normal hair. It's just, like I said, I'm self-conscious about the lines on it, the top of the head. But if I'd prefer rocking out this. And I'd cut it even lower too, probably.
Fuck it. You know what I was like growing up? What I saw in my dad, he hated his gray hairs, so he would always dye it. Now that I have gray hairs, I refuse to touch them. I'm like, bring it, bitch. I'm ready to salt and pepper at like 35.
Dog, I don't give a fuck about the gray hair. Yeah. But you know what I'm gonna do later? It costs like I think 10 grand, but later when I make more money, there's a surgery you can get to like cut like a chunk of scalp off, and then they suture it together so it tightens it, so then it gets rid of
the bumps. That's serious for you then, huh?
Now you see how serious it is.
Yeah, because you're like talking about surgery and shit.
No, dog, like I was literally thinking about dipping into this money that I have saved up.
No, you don't do that. Okay.
I thought about, no, I'm just saying, I thought about it, but I'm not going to do it. Yeah.
Then maybe. Like if you had a fucked up girl, I'd be like, yeah, go get your shit fixed. But the thing is, and especially if you have a little bit of hair and then you keep fading it like the way that you do, you're going to be fucking fine. And then plus it doesn't look like, you don't look fucking stupid. You know what I mean? You just look like you just look like you got a fucking weird shaped head. Just everybody got a fucking weird shaped head.
I don't care. I like the shape of my head, even though it's not like, it's like a little flat and stuff. It's just, like I said, it's just the lines.
That's what freak you out, huh?
That's it. It's just the lines.
You'll start wearing do-rags.
What is that gonna fucking do?
I don't know. Put it down. See if it'll push the skin and then massage it.
You know what I would do? I would massage it before, but I stopped massaging it.
Like
maybe I should massage it now.
Get a flower roller, bro. You might have like a lump. You know the flour? I don't know. To roll the flour.
Oh, you know, that's a good idea. Because there's people on YouTube that said they've done it and it like helps a little bit, but
don't be too fucking weird out there about it. It's not.
I just have to own it. That's really what it is.
Yeah, be the first Klingon of your kind.
Yeah. Klingon in the back of my head.
Fuck it, bro.
That's funny.
Fuck it, bro.
Yeah. Isn't it funny seeing me get so insecure about this?
Yeah, but everybody is about something, and it's just kind of weird that it's the roles on your head.
Why?
I don't know.
Explain from an outsider perspective.
Like it's like who the fuck?
Get me out of my head.
Okay, nobody cares about your fucking head.
Okay, but tell me why you think that's weird, so I can get more context, so I can think from outside of my own perspective.
You're seeing what you see every day, right? Like you see these fucking tread marks. The
You're roasting me right now this whole time. Your fucking head love handles, and actually, I'm gonna tell you again. It actually makes me feel better. The more it's strange. The more you do it,
you'll get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Really
what ties in with the human comedy, right?
It is because once you start realizing
you can make fun of yourself and laugh at yourself.
Yeah, then it'll be. But I think like the biggest thing is like how you perceive yourself or how you assume people are gonna perceive you. But 9 out of 10 times your assumptions are gonna be wrong. That's true. You know what I mean? So you're already off the bat assuming like, hey, my head looks stupid. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hey, I think my head looks stupid, so therefore I think other people will think it's stupid. When in all reality, probably don't give a fuck. That's the truth. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like they might notice it, and then because I mean, honestly, I notice guys that will have even worse than me, and I don't think anything else after that. I just go like,
that's it.
I literally be like, oh, he has that, and I'm like, oh, a lot of fat Mexican guys have that, and that's all I think.
That's what I thought about. Like when I would wear t-shirts, my biggest thing is I have like a bigger gut, right? I would see people with like a hanging gut, and I'd be like, is that what I look like? And then I realized like, oh no, I don't look like that. I look good.
I don't even notice.
Like, you know what I mean? That was like one of mine. But now I'm slim, bro. That's true.
Okay, so let's go back to it real quick. So you were saying, why is that so interesting to you? Out of all the things you said, like it's funny that you're. Like,
because it's so. It's like. How do I say this in a nice way?
No, dude, just be very honest.
I'm like, no, it's like the vanity thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you're already confident in yourself, you shouldn't like worry about those bumps. That's why it's so weird, because it's something that you would look at, but you wouldn't look twice at. You feel me?
That is true.
Like it's literally all in your head. Maybe if you get with a chick and she's with you every day, then she'll get some Hot Wheels and use it as speed bumps.
Dog, that's so fucking good. That's fucking funny. That's so fucking funny. Wow.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And the thing is, have your homies make fun of you. Just have your homies make fun of you. Get your feelings hurt.
It's funny you're doing this because like I was thinking, what's the best way to get through this? And I was like, what if I just made a video and said roast me?
Yeah.
Roast my head.
Because then you'll laugh because...
And then you get over it and you're like, what else can they say? And also when you hear it, you're like, well, that's not even painful. It's funny. It doesn't... Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know.
This is literally the only thing about my body that I'm like actually like super... It used to be my teeth, but then like it's whatever. Like my teeth are fine. It's not perfect, but I don't give a fuck. It's just this. If this wasn't there, physically, I wouldn't give a... I like everything about me. I've accepted fully everything about me.
Me too. It took me a really long time. You know,
it's just this.
You know what scares me?
Yeah.
What scared me was my height. I used to be so insecure about it.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
That's not bad.
It's short.
Not bad.
You're a dude though, so you don't. All guys who are like, oh, you're 5'4", like that's okay. 5'3" is where we're like, ooh, you're like short.
5'3" is fucking short. 5'4" is fucking short. 5'6" is like. You're better than them.
No, that used to be my thing, but then I realized I was like, my personality's big enough for me to fill 7 feet, so I'm all right.
You know that's true too, because that's what got me through a lot of this shit.
It's simple.
It's just I've been hiding this. I've been trying to hide it for so long. It's all kind of coming out now.
Let it out, Rufus.
But the more I get used to it, and you know like. It's not like crippling. It's not like crippling.
No, and then it's not. It's honestly not as bad as you think it is because you see it as.
Because I'm comparing to everybody else who
exactly.
But also, I have guy friends who say that, especially in the military, they saw a lot of guys with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys cover it up, so they're just as insecure.
For sure.
And if anything, they'll be like, "Oh shit, I got that shit too." Fuck.
Yeah. But it's like it's nothing to be like. I feel like you're almost ashamed of your like head rolls. You know what I mean? Like when you talk to people, you'll be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Like if you
No, it's actually funny because there's times where I would move my head in certain angles because I was so in my head thinking that they judge it, or like if somebody's on the second floor of a Barnes and Noble and I'm on the first floor, like a year ago, I'm walking and I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers. No, now you understand how much it is. Now you see, right?
I get it.
Crazy.
I get it.
That's the only thing. I love everything about myself. I'm super confident in the way I look.
Once you figure your head thing out, give it some time. Play with your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Play with some Hot Wheels.
You know what? Love yourself, bro. Take your 3 fingers, your 4 fingers, and run it through.
Between the lines.
Just in between the lines.
You know, this is my new relationship. Just
It should be. Yeah. Because you're the missing piece to yourself.
Yeah. It's a missing puzzle piece. And you know, because before, the thing about my head was before these lines developed, it was my head being so like big from the side. I used to be obsessed about that. And then I got over that. But it took a long time. But I got over it by making fun of it.
It's weird. Our insecurities are weird, aren't they?
It's so fucking weird, man. We're just are you cold?
No. I'm very
habitual arm crosser.
Yeah, it's not to close people off. It's just where it's
to show your arms, make it look bigger.
No, yeah, I push like right here.
Just squeeze it. Yeah, I mean you do have pretty big arms even when you don't do that though. Your arms right now, when you press it, is as big as my fucking thighs. Fucking tiny ass.
I got lucky, man. I got pretty good like muscle genes.
See, that's the advantage.
I get like
you may be 5'6", but you thick, man.
I'm like I get thick quick. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and guys would be like shit, you know.
But it would be nice. It would be nice to make it rain on people from up there. You know. Do you ever hear that story?
I was like, wait, what were you?
No, you ever? This could be a myth, but there's a story I think of an NBA player, a very popular one. That they said that he's an asshole. Somebody came up to him and was like, "Oh, how's the weather up there?" And he was like raining and started spitting on people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
I want that kind of power, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be Mother Nature itself, you know. But I have to get it from down here.
But you know what? It's like the funnier we get on stage, the more we'll be allowed to do these type of things.
Dude, for sure.
Look at what Bobby Lee does. Look at what a lot of comedians do.
Bobby Lee,
he's always been like that.
Yeah, and I think he paved the way for a lot of comedians, not just Asian comedians or white comedians. He just paved the way for comedians, period, for like being that type of dude, you know? Yeah. And I think the dopest thing is that he is who he is and he hasn't changed.
It's true.
Like he might have, like as far as, you know, being more responsible or whatever, but like
his weirdness and his
that funk that he has to himself is what like keeps him dope.
That's what people love, you know? Here's the other thing I thought. I'm going to take it back to my head again real quick. I started thinking, well, what if I just did it like this? Because I'm going to release that video too. But what if I did it like this and then I become a beacon of light for some people who are like, well, shit, maybe I should try it too.
Maybe.
Because I know this, I see a lot of YouTube comments on these videos and they're like, I try to hide it. I'm balding. Like, I'm afraid. Like, guys are so afraid of this, man. Or stand out, I mean.
The thing is like, guys don't have anything to like hide behind. Except for maybe muscles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if you got hit with the ugly stick gene, then you're kind of fucked. And if you're like somewhat okay, then you're just, you know what I mean? You're cool. But people, I don't know. It's insecurities.
But you know why? Here's another reason why. Because before I used to think I was ugly. Now I think I'm handsome as fuck. Also because like I believe in myself and I just like I've accepted myself.
Yeah.
And because I put myself to that like level of acceptance. Because I haven't accepted this is like
to the last piece, bro.
It's like fucking with my identity.
So then don't let
it's funny. I know that's what I'm saying. It's all going there, but yeah. Wow, this is pretty therapeutic. I'm glad you roasted me on that.
Dude,
those are some funny lines. Like I'm glad we recorded it because it's
straight up, man.
You know what I'll do for one of the clips? I'll just have like a compilation of you saying Hot Wheels on your head and me like irrigation system and then just like show them.
Yo, it's good. And then if you ever need to get roasted or just give me a call.
Okay.
Give me a call.
I bet AJ, I need to feel better. Like say something about the top of my head. It's like, yeah, you look like you got a racetrack for ants.
Let me see, put it down. That looks like spoiled cottage cheese, bro.
I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even like cottage cheese.
No, it's honestly, it's not even like head on like this. It's not bad.
No, well, I know from the front, but it's just the back. That's when you can see it.
And even the back, I think, yeah, seriously, once you go bald, because look, oh shit, almost fell. Once you just shave those parts, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, because I tried to get it in between that, but it was like hard. But that's the thing that makes it stand out. So I think I have to learn how to cut it a little bit more too. So maybe I'll fuck with it maybe later today too.
Give yourself a mohawk, like a sectional mohawk for each.
Fucking hilarious, dude. That would be so stupid looking. It's like you might as well show it, yeah.
Instead of Mad Max, it's Mad Mike and the Hair Fury.
But I mean, you can already see like this when I cut my hair.
See, like you focus so much on that.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. I focus on my body. Besides, like me trying to get abs lately.
Yeah. Dude, the thing's fine.
Yeah.
Just fucking leave it.
I'm just kidding.
And people could say that you're so strong that your head got muscles. You know what I mean?
That's what they say about Terry Crews. They make jokes about that.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. But also he's like.
And then I haven't even really noticed Terry Crews.
Well, that's because he's bald too. That's why.
Brought it up.
Yeah, because he's bald. So that, like you said, when you're bald and you don't have the hair to kind of shadow the thing, then yeah. You know what? You're right. This is funny because this podcast is also
stop tripping, keep cripping, bro.
Crip, motherfucker. What up, cut? Hey man, nobody care about that. Snoop Dogg would be like, don't worry about your hair. Man, I can't even imitate him.
Smoke a blunt. Get rid of those bumps.
Smoke a blunt, motherfucker. Don't be scared, motherfucker. You just gotta accept yourself and all. You know what I'm saying? Cut. All right, since we're gonna wrap up in the next few minutes, in 1 minute, what's been on your mind?
1 minute that's been on my mind. Stay safe. Wash your hands. If you like this podcast, follow the Set Breaker. If you thought I was handsome, follow me at AGZ for Sheezy on Instagram. I think you'll tag me in that.
Just say it too.
All right.
Spell it out.
All right. AJEEZY, the number 4, SHEEZY. And then you'll probably see pictures of my butt. So. Yo, hold on.
I couldn't even think because I just vividly saw the image. It's like burned into my fucking. I didn't even think about it until right fucking now. When I saw that, I was like,
Yo, let me ask you real quick before we end this shit. What was your legit? I know you texted me when it happened, but what was?
I wasn't sure if it was you at first. I was like, what the fuck? So my first thought was like, what the fuck is this? Like it took like a second or two for it to like settle in that it's you with your ass. And then I thought like, oh, he's got like a shaped butt. It's like muscular, right? he's got cake. And then my second thought was, it looks like he has a dirty asshole. It's all dark in the area and shit. I was like, oh my god. And I was on my bed, and this all happened within like a 3 to 5 second time span, like all these thoughts. And then I laughed so hard out loud. Like you gotta understand, I don't laugh like that when I'm on my phone. Rarely do I laugh watching anything, and that made me go pow shit. I was like, what the fuck? And then immediately, that's when I messaged you.
Dude, that one was fun. My girl, she walked in on me. She's like, where the fuck
she didn't even take it for you?
She did. No, she took it from me. But she walked in the room. She was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, bro, we need the pooing it right now. Like, chill.
Oh, you were already like that?
Yeah, I was chilling. Because I always walk in on her and her pants are off. And I'm like, oh, that's a nice sight to see. Let me return the favor. And it wasn't. It's
not the same. It's not. Do you want to see? You want to see some real jungle Asian right there?
She was like,
I'm gonna show you that shit.
She was like, I'm gonna take a picture. And then she sent it to all my homies.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what a bitch, bro. And then I just posted it. I was like, gotta do it.
Oh man, that's another thing I miss. You made me miss another thing.
What?
That moments like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of the Setbreaker podcast during the times of this Corona. People matter. FaceTime people, because that makes a huge difference. I was FaceTiming people over the weekend for the first time instead of just calling, and it made me realize how impersonal phone calls can be versus FaceTime, and it feels so good. So just keep your head up. I'm going to keep my head down so I can show people the lines and not be a little fucking pussy. And really, accept yourself. I know I'm saying this as I'm still in the acceptance phase, but it's part of the process of just discovering and rediscovering yourself with vulnerability. So love yourself, love your peoples, live your life. And I'll see you on the next episode of the Setbreaker podcast. Yeah, look at that.